Rise Up, Rising Up for Jackson Public Schools, and welcome to the Partners in Education 2017-18 Highlight Award Celebration. The reason that this award ceremony is here is because each of you and your organizations have shown commitment over the years. You've been dedicated and you've been committed to a relationship over decades. Now, I've been married for 31 plus years, and my wife wants me committed half the time, but we have been committed to each other and to the common work that we need to do as a couple for our family and hopefully for our community.
It is our job to motivate and encourage each child in Jackson Public Schools, each child in this community. But you know what? If we do it right, they might just motivate and encourage us. So is the case this morning. I was so encouraged by this young lady's performance that it gave birth to our theme this morning. The village works when the village works. This song is dedicated to all of you in honor of the investments you make into the lives of our children.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I rise up, I rise like the day, I rise up, I rise unafraid, I rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up, high like the waves, I rise up, in spite of the echoes up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you.
There's a term called ultrea, which is a Spanish word, comes from the Latin, and ultrea means onward. It is an affirming statement to go onward. It was used by the pilgrims when they would be on the road to go to a pilgrimage to a chapel, to have that momentary diaspora, to go and have a religious experience as a group. The idea was onward, ultrea. So I will say this to you. Thank you for saying to JPS each and every day, and to Thea and her group, and Rebecca before her, onward and commitment. This is the time. I had the chance to sit in a chamber meeting and have a presentation by Yumika Rushing with Kellogg Foundation, and the commitment that Kellogg is making to Jackson Public Schools, the commitment, this partnership between Mayor Lumumba's organization, the governor, and Kellogg is a once-in-a-lifetime gift to rebirth and to allow this school system to rise up. So this is not the time to fade away. It is a time to stay committed, and so thank you for doing so. And I'm going to ask a young lady, Michaela O. Faulkner from Murrah High School. We're going to ask her to come up and give the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I long have sought, and pleasure dearly I have bought. I missed of all, but now I see 'tis found in Christ the apple tree. This fruit make my soul to thrive. It keeps my dying faith alive, which makes my soul in haste to be who Jesus Christ, apple tree. Under the shadow I will be of Jesus Christ, the apple tree.
Can we celebrate what Murrah High School is doing with those young people? Whenever we celebrate excellence like that, we're celebrating together, because it's only together that we rise, right? And what I love is being able to come up here and speak before a mosaic of difference, cultural difference. It's not just race, it's not just age, it's class, it's culture, it may be politics, I don't know. But we're all in here together, we're all using our time, our talent, and our treasures to serve schools here in Jackson, to be able to see the partnerships that are already taking place here, to be able to see how people are banding together in one place to serve for one goal. And there's nothing like togetherness. And I just think that's what God has always been about, unity in the midst of diversity. I just wanted to celebrate some of the things that my church members are doing at Christ United Methodist Church, and we adopt Chastain Middle School. Teachers, we really want to motivate our teachers, because we feel like if we motivate the teachers, then they can be able to motivate the kids. So we motivate our teachers by at least being able to do quarterly a breakfast for teachers. We try to do what we can for our teachers, even if it's a goodie bag, just trying to compliment them and just encourage them and just say, continue to do the good work that you're doing with our young people. I was at a meeting, it's called Time, Talent, and Treasure Partnership Luncheon. I was able to network with some young men that are already doing mighty things at Chastain Middle School as well. It was cool to be able to just see how people are coming together to be able to serve kids, get the FaceTime with kids. What Henry is doing is he's making a youth group at Chastain Middle School. So even though some of these kids may not be connected to a church, they at least have a youth group when they go to school, even if it's on a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. But I also know that there's so many amazing things that people are doing in this room. You're putting your money where your mouth is. You're so talented. There's so many giftings in here. And it doesn't matter what size your organization is, it doesn't matter what size your church is, there's something we can do to serve our young people. If we show our young people how to invest our time and our talent and our treasure, imagine what they'll do, because they're the next generation. So let's not have a missing generation of investing in people. Amen?
Ladies and gentlemen, the young men and women you see dressed in black with the napkins, they're called serviettes in our industry, draped over their hands, are young men and women that are with Jackson Public Schools. They go to the Career Development Center. They're learning culinary and hospitality skills.
My name is Pedro Gallion. I'm the Director of Choral Activities at Murrah High School. This is a very small portion of the Murrah Concert Singers. First of all, our school in itself is a beacon of light here in this district. Under the leadership of Dr. Avernette Buchanan and fellow administrators, the Murrah High School Mustangs are doing a wonderful job academically and in extracurricular activities. We are shining for this district, and we want to let you know that we are a part of that Building Stronger Schools Together. We're invited again to compete on the international level and represent our city and state on concert tour in Italy in 4 cities. We're doing a $100,000 campaign, and we're well on our way with that. Fund us to Italy. What we're doing now in the midst of our $100,000 campaign is asking for 500 people, businesses, or organizations to pledge a gift of $200 or more, whatever you're able to do. But any gift is greatly appreciated. The first way, you can send a check to Murrah High School in the name of Mustang Choir Booster Club, and also you can go on our GoFundMe page. You can type in "Get the Mustang Choir to Italy," and it'll pop right up with the first page that pops up.
Oh, dear Lord, please hear my prayer. Oh, Lord, please hear my prayer. Keep me safe within your arms. It's your servant When my work on earth is done, and you come to take me home, just to know I'm bound for glory, and to hear you say, well done, done with sin and sorrow and mercy, mercy. Amen.
Our keynote today is going to be Mr. Gary Hanna. He's the Assistant Superintendent with Area 3, Jackson Public Schools, and he's going to talk about the importance of school and community partnerships, which is quite appropriate for today.
It takes a village to raise a child is a popular proverb used by many. The entire community has its essential role in the growth and development of its youth. Children deserve every opportunity for success. So let me say to the village, our village, thank you. It is clear that you all have adopted this proverb in word and deed. School, parents, and communities working together to support learning provide students with a richer educational experience. When students know they are being supported, research shows that they earn higher grades, attend school more regularly, and graduate on time. Partnerships can promote social, emotional, ethical growth, and may also prevent behavior issues. It is a powerful tool in meeting the needs of the growth of both the schools, students, and communities. Your unique and varied contributions are vital to successfully equip our students to be college and career ready. Our JPS Village is comprised of educators, bankers, philanthropists, faith-based organizations, medical practitioners, the food service industry, community and service organizations, accountants, attorneys, engineers, hospitality industry personnel, and artists, just to name a few. We need these varied skills, so please ask the tough questions. These activities of our partnership must be based on data-driven decisions. When engaging with our school, ask how your contribution can enhance student achievement. Ask about graduation rates, average ACT scores, reading proficiency, teacher retention, etc. What can you do to increase those numbers? These distinctive blends of expertise coupled with your leadership and commitment is vital to enhance the educational achievements of the Jackson Public Schools. Our school adopters are our key components of past, present, and future opportunities for our students. Thank you for your dedication and support. It greatly enhances the district goals of improving student academic outcomes, personal successes, and cultivates a quality educational experience for every Jackson Public School student. Once again, thank you.
So you may have noticed I'm walking with a limp. Jeff asked me if he was speaking this year. I said, I'm not sure, and the next thing I remember, I had a broken leg, so. Okay. American writer James Baldwin wrote, "These are all our children. We will all profit by or pay for what they become." And I stand here this morning with a grateful heart. I see the village that surrounds our children. Jackson Public School District administrators, please rise. For the 15 calls, 65 emails, and 5 meetings you oversee every day before school starts, to provide directives, encouragement, and support enthusiastically, thank you for rising up. Jackson Public School principals, please rise and remain standing. You get it twice because you have to do everything twice. You are the CEOs of many corporations throughout the city of Jackson. You hire, train, manage, encourage, and influence dozens of educational, custodian, and kitchen personnel. You guide these team members to guide the young lives and minds of countless children. Parents depend on you to do, well, you know, everything. And you start over again each and every year. Thank you for all that you do to create a village around our children. Campus contacts, please rise. For juggling lesson plans, classrooms, libraries, parent meetings, staff, faculty, and district meetings, responding to requests from 100 people with a 12 noon deadline for everything you must do, while still cultivating community engagement with current and potential adopters. Thank you for rising up. Adopter coordinators, please rise. For keeping all the balls in the air, your career, your personal goals and ambitions, family and community expectations, deadlines, doing more with less, while still taking the time to reach out to the Jackson Public Schools family, for touching a child's life, for making a teacher feel supported, for all that you do. Thank you for rising up. And now I'd like to take a point of personal privilege and ask my daughter Michaela to join me for just a moment. Ms. Faulkner is a graduating senior of Jackson Public Schools. We moved to Jackson in August of 2005 as a result of Hurricane Katrina. Unexpectedly, she became a Jackson Public School student. I cry like a televangelist every time I get up there. It might work. I need your money. Parents rallied around us, helping us to navigate unfamiliar territory as we sought to make Jackson our home. Fast forward to third grade. Her music teacher says, Thea, Michaela has a natural gift of music. You should cultivate that with piano lessons. And so we did. Fast forward to age 11. She became the youngest accompanist to the advanced group for the Mississippi Youth Symphony Orchestra. To date, she's earned 7 superior designations at the annual Bach Festival, and, as I said, is a graduating senior and is one of 2 accompanists to Morris High School Concert Choir. All because a teacher said, I'll rise up and give all I have to all of my students. So to all JPS teachers, administrators, partners, thank you for rising up for me and my daughter. And so it is with Ms. Katina Madison, a 6th grader at Blackburn Middle School. Her village recognized her talents.
We'll rise, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other, and I'll rise up today, I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise, I'll do the 1,000 times again. We'll rise.
Well, if I was Blake Shelton, I guess I'd say we just found the voice. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this name, Katia LaToria Madison. Ladies and gentlemen, the Partners in Education Award, this is the thing where Thea and her team thank you with some hardware and some hard thanks for what you do. We're going to go from low to high. We're going to start with the 5-year awards. Let's start with Bancorp South, the Medical Center branch, and their support of Power APAC. Ladies and gentlemen, Pearl Street AME Church supporting Provine High School. Progressive Baptist Church supporting Lanier High School. Also supporting for 5 years, Lynch Street CME Church supporting Wilkins Elementary. A Perfect Gift gave a perfect gift of 5 years of support for Wingfield High School. And rounding out our 5-year Partners in Education Anniversary Award winners, Walmart Vision Center Highway 18, showing their love for Woodville Heights Elementary. New Hope Baptist Church and the men's ministry at New Hope supporting Green Elementary. Next, at 10 years of support for our Partners in Education program, Bank Plus, the Terry Road branch in Marshall Elementary. Mississippi State Health Department for McWillie Elementary. The Greater Harvest Baptist Church with Baker Elementary. Continuing our 10-year awards, Broadmeadow United Methodist Church with Boyd Elementary. The Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, they are supporting Brinkley Middle School. And our friends at St. Philip's Episcopal Church on Old Canton Road, McLeod Elementary. 15 years of support to the Partners in Education program. Another group from Bank Plus, Atkins Road Branch, supporting Casey Elementary. Pygott and Johnson Attorneys at Law supporting Davis Magnet. The Fondren Renaissance Foundation and their commitment to Boyd Elementary School. M3A Architecture PLLC supporting McWillie Elementary. Trustmark Bank, the Capitol Street branch, McWillie Elementary. And ladies and gentlemen, those are our 15-year committed partners in education. When you say Jackson Medical Mall Foundation, you think of Primus Wheeler and Lori Greer and the team down there. And they have for 20 years supported Galloway Elementary. For 30 years, we're going to start with Northminster Baptist Church for their support of Span Elementary. Northminster. The Baptists show up in mass. Let's see how the Methodists do. Christ United Methodist Church with Chastain Middle School. Wells United Methodist Church right over on Bailey Avenue and their support of Galloway. Our friends at Entergy Nuclear Division and their support of Van Winkle. And it's rare that you have anything to do with JPS over the past 4 decades where Brown Bottling's name doesn't come into call. So a team from Brown Bottling Group and their support of Walton Elementary. Ladies and gentlemen, that comprises the 5 organizations that for 30 years have supported Partners in Education. Our last category is 35 years. These 2 organizations were supporting Partners in Education. We're going to start with WJTV News Channel 12 and their support of Key Elementary. When you think about support, you think about Adopt a School, you think about the things that they've done over the years for the benefit of Jackson Public Schools. Brown Bottling Group, the folks that sell you Pepsi, and a lot of water now, apparently. Brown Bottling Group and their support of North Jackson Elementary. Let's please show a generous round of applause for all of these companies that give of their time and their money and their efforts. Mr. Stephen James is the principal of Stephen James Agency. We're in good hands with Allstate. And Dr. Shamil Mayers-Thompson, and she's the principal at Brinkley.
Each year, Allstate gives another award to we pick out a sponsor or a adopter that we think goes above and beyond. And this year, our award is going to Junior League of Jackson. Junior League has provided millions of dollars to provide teachers many grants to provide for additional initiative at JPS. They volunteer with a program called Book Buddies. They come in and read with the students. They provide weekend bags full with food for families who need support. Junior League also does a huge event called Touch a Truck, where they invite kids to come out and actually see tractors and all these heavy equipment, and the proceeds from the event are donated to Jackson Public Schools. And recently, they donated 1,000 pair of pants that go to school uniforms for the Partners in Education school store. So this year, our award winner is Junior League of Jackson.
It is a Junior League's privilege to partner with the Jackson Public School District. Is directly tied to our mission. Our members are dedicated to the children of Jackson, always have been, always will be. Thank you.
As the former principal of Rowan Middle School, we often would call Rowan the best kept secret in Jackson. During my tenure there for 5 years, I worked with some of the most outstanding adopters. They really gave me a sense of commitment, guidance, and support. Commitment from the community, of course, is vital in order for us to be successful. Improving the development of students. I cannot tell you how much these people worked hard for over 27 plus years. The Links, coming by daily, committing themselves, winning numerous governor's award, St. Andrews, over 27 plus years, coming daily, tutoring students, purchasing items from clothing, Please Step Forward, 100 Black Men, and of course, Fair Street Baptist Church. This group of adopters remained committed well before my tenure at Rowan Middle School. They kept their eyes and mind on achievement, student achievement. Every gift, every dollar was based on academic success.
And to Rowan and Brinkley, we thank you for allowing us to come and serve the students and the teachers and parents there at Brinkley Middle School. And thank you on behalf of the LaFleur's Bluff chapter of the Links Incorporated.
Well, I'm from St. Andrews. Started as coordinator in 1990, team head for a group of people at the church that loved Rowan Middle School. We used to say at St. Andrews, we are changing lives at Rowan Middle School. And sometimes we help the kids too, because we knew it was our lives that were changed through the relationships we made there. I want to say how much it means and has meant to our cathedral to be a part of the lives of this special, special place. Yes, one of the best kept secrets in Jackson.
100 Black Men is an organization. We're working at 9 public schools throughout the city of Jackson, trying to change the lives and trying to make of young people and trying to be a support system not only for them, their families, but also their teachers and administrators. So thank you for this award, and we appreciate so much the opportunity to work with the young men here in the city of Jackson. Thank you.
I just wanted to take a moment to say how absolutely pleased and thankful the mayor's office is for the wonderful partnerships that have come together over all of these years to support our children in public education. The mayor has a vision for our city that centers around what he calls an economic model based on human dignity. He believes that we have to invest in the inherent dignity of every single human being in the city of Jackson. And he's spelled that out as a 5-part plan that focuses on healthy citizens, safe and affordable communities, a thriving educational system, and he speaks about this P20 from preschool through the doctorate, a city that has a growing tax base and occupational opportunities, and finally a city that's open and welcoming to visitors. As you notice, the third of those 5 goals is a thriving educational system, and the mayor really sees the foundation of this economy focused on human dignity. The foundation of that economy is education. And we have to focus on the inherent dignity of every child that is in our public school system. So we are so pleased to see that the community comes together, the community is wrapping our arms around our children, and that we see that the growth of our children is the foundation of our city. Thank you so much for all that you've done for our children, and we hope that you continue and do even more in the future. Thank you very much.
So Jeffrey, you are now an honorary adopter coordinator.
Wow.
I knight him.
You left the key off.
Well, how many of you know Jeffrey has enough keys in the city of Jackson? Thank you, Jeffrey. I'd like to call your attention to this year's program booklet. The purpose of this booklet is to document our celebrations of partnerships, but it also provides information regarding the district's new initiatives, such as the Time, Talent, and Treasure program with our area churches. I'm really excited about this Time, Talent, and Treasure because what churches have said to us, like many have said to us, is we want to be involved, but we need you to tell us what you need us to do. So we are encouraging area churches, area clergy to go back to their congregations and say we need your time as book buddies. Elementary school students receive one-on-one support as a book buddy. You know, the 3rd grade assessment, that's the 3rd grade gate. Our students have to be successful on that test to be promoted to 4th grade. This particular church, Broadmoor Baptist Church, partners with Johnson Elementary School. 100% of the children who have a book buddy at Johnson was successful on the 3rd grade summative assessment. It makes a difference. So we're asking clergy to encourage your congregation to give their time as a book buddy. We're also asking for your talent. 51% of JPS teachers have less than 3 years experience. We also have novice librarians. So our audit showed that we have a need, in addition to the professional development we're providing to our novice librarians, we have churches that are full of retired educators. If your church has a retired librarian, we're asking them to give their talent, to share their talent, to mentor one of our novice librarians. And then we need treasure, that's money. The audit showed that our books are out of date, that they are too old to meet the standards. So we're starting at our middle schools to support our middle schools, and we're asking our congregations to help replenish the library collections in our middle schools. That will clear the audit. It's a quick win, and as you're doing that and building relationships with these schools, you'll see what else those schools need. Schools and churches have a lot of square footage, so let's team up like we've always done. Churches have been very supportive of the district. Thank you, sponsors, for giving us the opportunity to shine this morning. I'll leave you with this quote from John Haler. Public education is a good investment. It's a value investment in our future workforce, in our community, and in the long-term sustainability of the local, regional, and national economies. Good economics can help make schools better, and we are all stakeholders in public education. What you do matters. I encourage us all to stay in the race, stay in the game. Mississippi College professor Dr. Tim Martin was quoted as saying, "In God we trust. All others must show data." Please think about Mr. Hanna's charge for us to ask questions about school data. Activities that are data-driven will yield the results we so desperately need to move this district forward. Thank you.